this looks very prideful that you would want to, you know, relay this message that you're holy, that you deserve the vote and stuff like that. And I think I was kind of like, bitch, shut the fuck up, bro. Like, I'm just trying to get my name
on the bulletin board.
Like, I'm literally.
What do you mean I'm not doing it for the right reason?
Like, it's 7th grade, bro. Like, I just want to be involved. I just want to have fun. I was trying to make friends. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the light with the lights from above.
I'm actually surprised you guys both like knew that much of it because I didn't know that much of it.
God bless America, baby. Welcome to USA 2024. Welcome back to the podcast, guys. Okay. Welcome back to the podcast. We are, it's a big day in America. If you didn't know by the way that we opened this episode, tomorrow is the day. Election day. 2024. Thoughts? No, okay, but like, be honest. Like, I'm kind of scared. I'm scared.
No, this whole weekend. Are you scared?
Yeah, I actually really am. Because if you like, I know we don't think about it very often, but when you really think about it,
right.
Everything, depending on who wins, everything is going to change.
Yeah.
Like, does that not hit you?
Anyways, welcome to the Lord Far Squad podcast. Welcome to the group chat. I'm Mandy. I'm Barbie.
I'm Miguel, and I want to start.
Afraid.
I want to start with a pressing issue.
Oppressing? No.
I'm wearing my I voted
We're
sticker.
like actual journalists. Like, this podcast is actually serious now.
Richie's gonna be
believe it or not.
listening.
Believe it or not, this comedy podcast is over, and now it's a political podcast.
We are journalists.
You are Ben Shapiro
with the New York Times. Can I be the other guy?
Who's the other guy?
What is Candace Owens? I kind of love her.
The other guy.
Oh my!
Oh, sorry.
My dad will not stop watching that bitch.
Wait,
No way.
okay.
He eats it up. She's like, that's a black woman who doesn't believe that Kamala's black. You have to believe her. I'm like, nobody fucking cares. The way that my dad will not stop sending me links about how Kamala Harris isn't actually black. I talked to this. I'm like,
what the fuck does that have to do with anything?
What does that matter though?
That's literally what I keep telling me. I'm like, I do not give a fuck. I'm like, Dad, I actually don't care whether she's lying or not about being black. Like, that has okay. Like, I just like, even if she is like, okay, but I just want you to see that she's a liar and a fraud and this and that. I'm like, if you actually want to have a conversation about her policies or this and that, let me know. But if you're gonna keep sending me links of Candace Owens in 12,000 different videos about how she's uncovering the history of how Kamala's not actually black, I don't care.
I wonder why even Candace Owens cares that much.
Candace Owens is literally the reason I broke up with my ex. So
wait, really?
Because that bitch wouldn't stop posting Candace Owens.
Okay, honestly, I can only talk because I only see like TikTok videos of these very like, you know, she did like this tour where she goes to colleges and like the college kids, you know, come up and like ask her these things.
They all do that. It's like so annoying.
Yeah, but I don't know. Maybe I need to do more digging. I don't know anything about like Candace Owens, but when she does respond, I kind of like her response.
No, I'm not saying
nothing's wrong with her. I
think some things are wrong with her. Look, I don't know. Again, I also don't watch any of her fucking videos, but the fact that she does like a 3-part deep dive series onto contacting the birth certificate of Kamala Harris, blah, blah.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Fucking cares,
No,
dude.
I knew her when she was getting all pissed off at Harry Styles. She was like, where are the strong men?
She's just a black Republican lady, and then that I think people who are like people of color will see that and be like, "Oh, see, it's okay." I don't know.
Feel like it's
that's
not even
it
people
shows
of color.
that
I feel like it's a lot of white people. They're like, see,
that too.
See?
Yeah, a lot of white people are like, "See, that's a black lady." So therefore, like, black people feel this way, and it's like that's one person.
Lady. Yeah.
Oh my God, it pisses me off so much. Like, I don't care if you're Republican or Democrat. It's like, why are you wasting your time trying to figure out like the most important, like,
kind of the same
unimportant shit that I've ever heard.
When they were trying to figure out Obama's birthplace. They're like,
shut the fuck up.
like, oh my
Do we not know? What is she black? Kamala Harris?
She's Indian and like this much black. And
hi guys, so this is Richie. They let me out of Miguel's dungeon to make these corrections as we go along with this episode. Just quick correction here. Kamala Harris is actually black. So she's half Indian and half Jamaican. Her father is Jamaican. Her mother is Indian. So she is black. All right, bye.
She maybe leans into it, but so does Ariana Grande.
Well, what did it say? Blackiana? I love the video where
is it a crime? Like
the video where she's like taking a video. She's like,
"Come on here, girl.
Like, get your ass in this video."
She's like, bitch, that's my cookie. That's my juice.
That's my juice.
And you know what? She was code switching. And apparently Kamala Harris is doing the same thing where like her dad is like one half Jamaican, something, no sé qué, whatever. And like, who cares? If she wants to be like, well, that makes me part black, so I want the black vote. I would too, sis. Like if I was 1/5 black and I wanted to, I would too. Shit. There was like that one politician who thought she was Native American. Like at the end of the day, if your policies line up with what your people want,
where she ended up doing her
test, and she's like, "Oh, I'm not."
Online. She said, "Oh."
So like, then people will be mad. They'll be mad because they'll be like, "Oh, Kamala Harris isn't actually that black because her dad is like, I don't know where her dad's from, but it's like a generational thing, you know, like."
But somebody's
like, Dad,
race shouldn't affect their politics.
like, and even if like I get it. Okay, I'm half Ecuadorian, and I feel like sometimes I like to talk about it and this and that, and anyone could literally be like, "But she's like she's a white,
But
she's white,
like, she's white passing, or it's not that deep, or she didn't grow up listening to reggaeton, she didn't like
Cumbia.
lumpia. Just kidding. She didn't grow up listening to reggaeton until she was in college. So therefore, if she's ever like, "Hey, Bad Bunny," she's lying, right? And I'm like, who the fuck cares? Of course, I'm gonna lean into like my latinidad. But
she's
I need the Latino vote.
But just like Ariana, like she's not the only. Like,
guys, is this the deep dive into politics you wanted to hear?
This is my CNN.
I love Ariana Grande, by the way. Not too much on Ariana Grande. I will, like, I'll ride for her, like, to the ground. I don't care any allegation she has against her.
Get your bitch ass. Like, that shit's crazy. No, that's what she said in the video. She's like, get your bitch ass in the video. I hope she says that. Oh, really? What do you think you said?
Never mind. I love Ariana Grande, so let's, like, you know, if she needs to code switch, let her be. Let her be.
Well, like Ariana Grande does a lot of code switching. There was also
I feel
ran
like
into her.
code switching is for people who actually have
Yeah, I know.
codes to switch.
It's a reach. It's a reach to call it that. But also, I also think you're influenced by like who you're around, and if she happens to be hanging around with a bunch of people that spoke like that,
I think it's also
like Aquafina.
That's different. Because who the fuck is she hanging around?
Well, I thought she grew up in the Bronx in like New York.
Hi guys, back again. So Aquafina was born in Stony Brook, New York. That's on Long Island, and she grew up in Queens, not the Bronx. All right, bye.
She grew up around that kind of like.
It's another thing where it's like a lot of.
I'm like lying. She grew up in LA. No, I'm pretty sure she grew up.
She's from Anaheim.
Richie.
Okay, regardless, if Kamala Harris is lying about how black she is and how into black culture she was, why the fuck does that
Also,
matter?
like, how can you lie about being into a culture? Like, if you're into a culture, if you know stuff about a culture.
Yeah, I just think it's more about like policy
Yeah.
over.
Which don't know anything about.
Yeah, what do we know?
I know about all the pop culture drama, but politics, I'll fucking know.
I really wanted to like when we were like planning this episode. I was like, I think we should all kind of like choose our favorite prop. None of us-
My favorite prop is actually
a mug.
I was gonna say ice that doesn't actually melt. You know, prop ice.
Yeah.
That's pretty fun.
I like a breakaway.
Squishy.
A breakaway bottle.
A breakaway bottle?
Or
So
like
that's
a breakaway
not what
chair.
we meant by prop, but okay.
But okay.
I get so many notes on this pod. We're like, wow, your friends are so stupid.
You know, I have gotten that note as well, but apparently I'm the smartest, people have said. And I also won. I also won Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? So.
We should bring that back for this season.
Yeah.
We should have.
We're not actually stupid, guys. We're just silly, okay?
It's for the bit.
It's for the fucking bit.
No, but
Fucking
honestly,
idiot.
like when the cameras turn off, I feel like this doesn't change very much either.
For you.
It's
For you.
Oh, please.
Speak for yourself,
Speak for
bestie.
yourself.
You
You bitches-
just learned what apothecary. What is it?
Apothecary.
Apothecary. You're hurting your case.
It's part of the bit, guys.
No, but I do want to talk about, like, do you guys have any political horror stories?
Horror story.
What does that mean?
Like,
Me saying something politically incorrect?
can we, yeah, or like, I don't know, like, remember that one time we went to a concert and and it's not politically, it's more,
I'm scared.
it's more like religiously political, but we were in line for this concert, and this is in like Portland. And I don't know if you were there. It was Barbie, but you know, you go to a concert and there's so many people who like are holding like signs like, you know, gay people are gonna burn in hell or like repent or stuff like that. And it's just like, you know, a normal person would just like ignore it. Like, it is what it is, dude. Like, they're not preaching love. It's just hate. My sister Barbie here.
Bless her soul.
Bless her heart. I think we were standing in line and she was just like, you know what? I'm going to go talk to him.
I just wanted to know why. Like, what encompassed his mind to be yelling at everyone?
And so, like, it's crowded. And I just, like, you see Barbie, like, darting toward this man.
I'm not darting. I'm walking. This is crazy.
And you're just like, I'm like, you know what? I want her courage. What a woman of God to be going up there and standing up to this guy. And he's like standing at the top of the steps with like a bullhorn, like, you will burn. And Barbie's like, she's like climbing up the steps. And it's almost like in the moment where she's like, excuse me. So she trips. And she, I was like, you know, like she, like, you know, sometimes like when you're high, you get like a memory from like a long time. Like I see that.
Right before you die. That's right
and literally this guy like just like stops, like, looks at her, and just goes back to
No, he said, are you okay? He asked me if I was okay.
Were you okay?
I was okay. I was okay.
Did you ever have a conversation with him after?
She lost her confidence.
Did I talk to him? I don't know.
I don't know. Honestly, dude, I just like, it was... I feel like you had very, very good intentions.
I did. I just be doing shit like that.
Speaking of...
But that wasn't like political, but that was like a religious, like, you know,
that was kind of political.
Yeah, kind of
like,
political.
Politically, I want you to shut the fuck up.
No, but speaking of you eating shit, look at this bitch's shoulder.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
For the audio listeners, it's red and yellow.
And
big
green.
And green.
We'll punch in.
And a lot of like cloth fibers on it.
Tell us what you did.
I got a scooter for my birthday, an electric scooter. And my boyfriend was like, okay, you're kind of a clumsy girl, so please wear a helmet. And I was like, no, fuck you. And then I scootered and I don't know why I have like a, you know, fight or flight? I have flight. So instead...
She flies away.
This bitch took to the air.
Bitch, I flew. I don't know. I was okay. I was at 7-Eleven. I had my dinamitas. I had my like sparkling
those are
water.
so good. Yeah.
Fucking fire.
I think I like them more than Takis.
High key. It's because the lemon is like I'm psycho to the point where my boyfriend. I got the extra large bag.
Hell yeah.
And then I suck them.
Oh.
Okay, girl, we do not need these like
Nobody
audios.
fucking asked for that.
And then
I be slurping that shit.
and then I throw like it in the bowl but I eat them too. But like I have it like edamame where you just like and then you just because
so
wait, and that
So
only
you don't eat the tortilla part.
No, I do.
After
but like
she sucks all the stuff
Dude, that's
off it?
so fucking
no, that's
gross.
disgusting. No. Hear me out. Okay, you're misunderstanding. Okay. I get the bag. I eat. But the flavor is so good that I still want more. So even though I'm full, I'll just suck.
These gestures that she's doing are insane.
So are you saying you'll eat one in its entirety, and then before you go for the next one, you suck on it, and then you eat it?
No!
I don't understand what you're saying.
It's not that hard to understand.
What are you sucking?
This powder off of the little... Okay, we'll just call it Taki. It's not Taki. It's Dinamitas. Of the chip, okay? I eat them like a normal person would eat them. And then... sorry. And then when I'm full, there's still more in the bag. I'm full, but does that mean I'm satiated?
Oh, she's just huffing. She's just huffing the flavors. She's not eating it anymore.
Am I satiated? No. I'm full, but I'm not going to force feed myself more. So I just suck the rest of them because I love the way that it tastes so much. So then I'll have that
She's
bowl
like
of
chewing gum.
yeah. It's just so
getting
good.
the flavor.
Like if I could have the flavor in a juice
The flavors
form,
are melting her tongue.
the flavors are melting my tongue.
But when you're full and then you're still like going for a little bit more, just the powder?
flavor. I'll just suck out the powder.
But where do you put that tortilla chip?
in a little bowl, and then I throw it away.
So nice.
I don't eat it after. I just like
Just eat the chip.
I'm full.
Girl.
It's like a lollipop. Whatever. Fuck you. If you. I don't know how we got on this topic.
Anyways, you're fucking
you're bruised.
Yeah. So I had my dinamitas, I had sparkling water. I was like on my little scooter. I was like balancing because I had a tote bag in one hand on one in the other. And I was going at 15 miles an hour. I was like, and then
the way she told me she was going so fucking fast. 15 miles. I thought you
That's
were going
pretty
like
fast.
30.
No, that's fast for a
on a
scooter.
scooter. And you can't even go 30 miles on a scooter. Bitch.
Really? I thought
No.
No, I think the legal limit for like a scooter is like 16 or 17.
Yeah, it's not.
So she was
But
going under the limit.
Yes, but it was no, but it's fast, dude. And you don't have like I don't have a helmet, I don't have anything, and like there was like a little pothole. And again, like fight or flight, I was like, and I just let go of the handlebars and I flew.
Why
I don't know why I didn't hit
that?
the brake. I don't know why I always do that, and that's how I got my other injury. The first day that I ever got it, I beat up my knees because I saw something that scared me, and I just jumped off and I scraped my knees on the concrete. Same thing, I jumped off, but there was a patch of grass, and I was like aiming. I was like, where did it go? So my knees skedaddled on the grass. So my knees are actually okay. They're a little bruised, but they're not scratched. But my shoulder, because I fell face forward, I was like, not my face. I lifted my chin up, and my shoulder hit the cement. Shh. So, and I lived to tell the tale. And then a car pulled over and was like, are you okay? I was so embarrassed. I was like, yeah.
Her boyfriend texted me. He was like, why didn't you warn me how much of a hazard she is?
He was kind of mad. He was like, you weren't wearing your helmet? I was like, no, because I
I feel like the helmet,
fine.
it wasn't even, it was your shoulder.
His shoulder pads.
Yes, but I'm just saying, like, imagine if I, like, it could have been worse, and then I didn't have a helmet.
Did you ever think to yourself when you saw the pothole, let me just go around? Do you know what I mean?
Well, when you're going that fast, I feel like you gotta think quickly and like
15 isn't that crazy. Or you could have just broke.
right. I don't know why and it goes back to childhood. No, I'm serious. My dad, I love my dad, but you know when we were little, he would take us bike riding on the riverbed. You know how like there's like those the back riverbeds or whatever, and it's like really open. And you know my older brother, he would go down the steep ramp and all that stuff, and it looked really fun. But you know I'm like really little, and I'm barely learning how to ride a bike, and I didn't want to do that. My dad, I think I was like piggybacking on my dad. And he wanted to go down that steep, and I was like, "No, Dad, like I'm not ready." He's like, he gets frustrated when you're a wuss, which is doesn't help. But he's like, "No, we're gonna do this. Like, hold on." So he was like, "All right, hold on." And then we rolled down the steep. You know what I did? I jumped off. I couldn't.
Why?
I just can't. I can't do this. So I jumped
bail.
off.
You
I
bail.
bail, and then I got all scratched up, and he was really mad. He's like, "That's what you do when you blah, 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 blah."
And
I don't fucking learn apparently. So here we are today with a yellow shoulder.
when I was in high school, I don't remember if I've talked about this before, but one of my teachers got really into like the hoverboards when they first
love
before
those.
they started lighting on fire.
Oh wow.
So he was like he thought it was gonna be his like part-time gig. He was just gonna sell hoverboards.
He was gonna sell hoverboards?
Yeah, he was selling them to students, which honestly
That's
not
weird.
ethical.
It's also very weird.
So he would like promote it. He'd be like, "Hey, come to my classroom, try out the hoverboard."
Where was he getting his
weird.
supply from?
I don't fucking know. I don't know. So one day, me and my friends and like the guy I was dating at the time, we're like, "Okay, let's go try the hoverboards." And so like I hop on. I'm like, no fear. I'm like, hell yeah. I'm like, I'm gonna get me a hoverboard. But then like he didn't tell me how to stop, and so I was like, you know what, I'm fucking over this. So me taking one from Barbie's books, I'm like, let me fly, let me hop off. So I go to hop up, but I guess those things like I still don't know how you're supposed to get off of them because you can't take one foot off because then it's just like spins in a circle.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, let me jump off. So I jump off with both feet, but it ends up spinning in a circle. Me in my school skirt flashed the entire class. Flashed my teacher.
Like coochie out?
Coochie out.
You're
Were you not wearing underwear?
I was wearing underwear, but I was like,
But they like moved to the side.
Ew!
one of the lips was out.
Oh my god.
No, it was my underwear, but like
That's
I just
so
remember, like,
funny.
I literally I can picture like while it happened, I like came outside of my body and saw myself like
She was astral projecting.
Like, yeah, like my body twisted so much that my skirt like flew all around, like flashed everyone, and I landed so hard on my ass, and I'm just like laying there stunned before I come back into my body.
It's so funny.
That's so embarrassing.
And then I laid there for 10 minutes.
At least you were in high
crying.
school. Like me, I'm 26.
Girl.
Girl.
Yeah.
But what was the aftermath of that? Were you?
Well, when I get hurt, I get really angry, like just filled with rage. So I was just crying, raging, literally just laying there.
Rage against the dying of the light. Where's that from?
I don't know.
See, illiterate, both of you.
Rage Against the Dying Light.
Emily Dickinson.
I hated that movie.
What? She's a poet.
No, there was.
See, and that goes back to my point.
No, they had.
With what's her name? Yeah.
What is her name from Pitch Perfect 2?
Yeah.
She had a show about it.
What's her name?
Guys,
What is her name?
she's
Rebel
from Pitch Perfect
Wilson?
2.
no, not fucking Rebel.
Oh, you're talking about Haley Steinfeld.
Haley
Yeah, she
Steinfeld.
played Emily
Where
Dickinson.
do the good boys go? Oh, that's not.
It's like, isn't that Lessica?
No, that's not Lisa Carr. That's like Day, Ray.
Right?
Not Ray, not Ray.
The same girl that does
Zay?
the I just want to be part of your symphony.
No. You were just naming a bunch of. It's the girl. Like, where do the good.
We know the song.
You said it already. I thought
It's
it was
like it's a
Alessia
one
Cara.
syllable. No, it's a one syllable name.
Adele.
That's
That's
two.
two.
Again.
Adele.
Del.
It's literally okay. We don't have to know who it is.
No, not her. What were we saying before that?
Girl, if I knew.
Oh! Haley Steinfeld.
Haley Steinfeld. Oh, yeah. She was in a movie about
I got her song.
Emily Dickinson.
Don't need no butterflies when you give me the whole. Oh, that. Don't need no butterflies when you give me the whole damn zoo. By the way, you do things to my body.
Yeah. That sounds
Well, you're
like
like,
the same.
it was like the whole melody was off key.
So you did know what song it was.
Yeah.
And
No,
you-
I knew the song. Yeah,
And
yeah.
you didn't try to help.
Well, at the beginning it was because I forgot the tune, but I remembered the lyrics. You know.
Right.
Right.
Anyway,
So Emily Dickinson.
she did an Emily Dickinson.
Yeah, I watched something.
Movie
It was,
series?
It wasn't good.
Do you know who Emily Dickinson is though?
She's an author. She's an author. She's an author.
What'd she
Emily
write?
Dickinson.
What did she write?
Catcher in the Rye.
Okay.
She wrote some
Fahrenheit 451. Ender's Game. None of these?
Divergent.
So how popular is she really?
Yeah.
It ends with us.
Oh, HarperCollins. Love her.
What?
No, she's very problematic too. I loved the movie. I'm not gonna lie.
Collins.
Oh, what is her name?
Isn't it
HarperCollins.
the publishing company? You mean Suzanne Collins?
No, who wrote?
What is going? Colleen Hoover.
Oh,
You know,
who's
we're done.
HarperCollins?
Let's
Cut the
reel it back
cameras.
in. Let's reel it
Cut the
back in.
cameras.
Cut the cameras.
Okay, no.
Dead ass.
What were you saying before?
What I was saying was there's potholes. So back to politics. We should fill those in.
I know. No, I had this whole episode planned out about politics, and like let's come back.
Let's lock in.
Let's lock in, besties.
about policy. Let's lock in about.
Did you guys watch the debate?
But I feel like people come here for a good laugh. You know what I mean? They,
Well, no,
they
yeah,
don't.
you're
They
right.
don't come here to talk about politics.
Well, no, I did. Well, we were talking about horror stories.
Oh, political horror
Political horror
stories.
stories. Yes. Where were you guys on the day? Do you guys remember where you were on January 6th?
Oh,
Mandy was there.
That's not. I don't remember. Oh, I don't think. Oh yeah, I was at work. Some boring ass shit.
I don't
I have
remember.
no record.
I honestly forgot that it happened until recently with the debates are bringing it up, and I was like, oh yeah, that happened. Like that was so silly.
What about like when Donald Trump took office in 2016? Do you guys remember where you were?
2016.
No.
I thought it was
wasn't-
weird for me because that was the first year that we had started college,
You
or I had started college, and I went to Walla Walla, which was a very like white town. All the kids were white, and I like going from a city like Los Angeles to Walla Walla. It really is like a culture shock. Like here in LA, like everybody, there's just so many ways of thinking. Like, you know, there's different religions and things like that, and like it's cool. I feel like there, everybody's like the same. It's like very Republican, I believe. And I remember they like match you with the roommate like your freshman year. And I remember like when you start college, they like, it's like Tinder where you kind of like match with your roommate. And then once you guys like make good friends, whatever. So we like swapped social medias and like we were always like Snapchatting each other and like, hey, we're so excited to be like roommates. Like, yeah. Like the first week of school, he ended up like not being my roommate. So
I remember
So then
that.
I had like my own dorm, which was, I felt kind of like sad. I was like,
Lonely.
I'm like very lonely. And then the night that the election happened, I remember like when Donald Trump won, like my door was open because I think I had just gotten back like out of the shower, and all like these guys like were running up and down the halls like with their flags, like yeah, Trump,
No
20.
fucking way.
No way.
Dude, literally. And I remember being like, whoa, what the heck? And then somebody stops at my door and it's like, you're gone by the new year. And I was
That's
Fucking hate cry. Oh my
that's
god.
so
and
funny.
like he like caught me in the doorway and I was just like trying to like cover myself. I was so scared. I literally called my mom like the next morning and I was like, I don't think I came to the very like
Yeah, that's so
I came to the wrong
fucking
school.
scary.
That's
What
so
the
fun. I'm not
fuck?
gonna lie, I think that's hilarious. I would have said the same thing.
That's insane. What the fuck?
And honestly, I think that was like the first time that I really understood like, oh, okay, there really is like a divide.
Racism.
Yeah, like racism. There really is like ignorance. There really like these things actually are true.
Who would have thunk?
No,
I don't know. We never really grew up around like
Yeah.
that.
That's true.
But where were you guys?
I don't know where I
I'm
was.
sorry that was so traumatizing
Yeah,
for
I was
you.
like that's horrifying. I don't remember where I was, but I remember when I was at that college, one of my close friends, she had a friend who was like more conservative too, and they got really drunk one night and they were like crying and they were like, because like my other friend, she's like Hispanic, but she was like born here, her family was born here, and like that this person was like crying. They're like, oh my god, like I'm gonna vote for Trump, but I don't want you to be taken away. And I was like,
That is that. Hey, so that's insane.
oh my god.
I was like, and then I was like, Queen, she was born here. What do you mean? I was like, oh my god.
But they were like drunk.
Yeah, but I was still like,
What was the other girl's reaction? Your friends?
I don't fucking know, but I think
that
it was
is
just
so
like
crazy.
It's just crazy.
done
how-
That same friend, that same Hispanic friend, we were roommates at one point, and we had a white roommate, dude, and she was talking about how she was having issues with her insurance, and he was like, "Oh, because it's like from Mexico." She was like, "No, bitch, from California."
She's like,
I'm
just
in
Geico's
Washington.
tanking. Like, fuck.
Like,
that's crazy.
I was like, "Dude, what is going on?"
Oh my god.
It's like shocking. It's shocking, really.
Wait. For Halloween, me and Ellie dressed up as Sabrina Carpenter and Jenna Ortega, and like nobody was getting our costume. It's very niche. Where the taste. music
What?
video-
No, I feel like I'd get that.
The gays get it.
Oh,
The girls and the gays get it.
that's not.
Oh, that's not. We were walking from her apartment to my car, and somebody stops me. They're like, "Oh my god, you're Sabrina Carpenter and that little Mexican girl." And I said, "Yes, we are."
I'm so done.
Olivia Rodriguez, a Mexican girl to be crying. 0 out of 10. Wait, so you were Sabrina?
Yeah.
And Ellie was.
The little Mexican girl. And that's who we were. Sabrina Carpenter and the little Mexican girl.
Is she Mexican, Jenna Ortega?
I think she's like mixed.
I don't know. I was like, I don't
Like,
yeah, I think she's
something. She's Latinx.
halfsies.
Latinx.
Did you guys see the interview where somebody tells her like you're Mexican enough?
No, you're
Yes,
Latina.
you're
enough.
Latina.
Or you're
enough.
Latina? Sorry.
Yeah.
I laughed, but I was like, real.
She was like, "Hey, oh my god,
She's like, I get you. Like, you're Latina enough. I have so many opinions about that, but I'm not gonna. No, let's not talk about it at this
Cool.
episode.
Anyways.
Okay, just about Latinidad and like
Yeah.
the way that people, the way that specifically American Latinos,
Perceive.
American Latinos act. There's a lot of, and it's the chronically online ones. The way that they act sometimes, I'm like, do you know the way that you act?
The way
So
that-
what did
know,
you say
I-
about how Latinos act?
You know what? I'm not gonna go into it in this episode. I do want to talk about it.
The way
though,
she hasn't
but I think no, because I haven't given specifics because I want.
You want to do more research?
No, actually, my opinions are there. They're research. But I also like not right now. You know what I mean?
Is it honestly like
You know, I have a friend who commissioned me or hired me to make a video, and we didn't get all the footage that we needed because of time crunch. But I told her, I was like, like, it's okay though. I'll make it work. And she's like, yeah, I trust you. You can make it work. Work your little Mexican girl magic. And I was like, I will.
Right.
I will for you.
And like, you're not Mexican.
Nor does she have
I
magic.
love
her so much.
I love that you like, you
Right.
yeah, that's great.
What am I gonna say? Like,
Oh my god.
I had to laugh.
That's what my girl.
You're a little Mexican girl magic.
My girlfriend was telling me how her school back in Spokane, her sister's school, they were did like a choir event, and they were like doing like, it was like all around the world or whatever choir, and then they were like, this next song is from Africa, and they started singing Waka Waka by Shakira.
Like the soccer song?
Samina, waka waka, Oh, I used to love that song.
Honestly, good song. Great choice.
It's
Interesting setting.
That's so funny.
What are those things called? Are those microaggressions or just ignorance?
I think both.
Sometimes you can let it go though. Sometimes it's funny.
Well, sometimes because
like sometimes you have to laugh.
sometimes I feel like the person means well,
Yeah.
No, and that's what ignorance is.
but what
Yeah.
makes something a microaggression?
When you're
Well,
like
I just feel
aggressing,
like-
when you're aggressing me in a micro way.
I just feel like the ignorance, like, if you're gonna be presenting something, do your fucking research. Like, that makes no.
But from a social worker's point of view, because you had to take a class about
Privilege and oppression.
and like microaggressions.
Yeah.
You know what I think is a microaggression? I'm not saying I'm voting for Kamala necessarily. I don't really care. I think I lost respect for her pretty early on when they would ask her about Israel and Palestine. And she just like, and every debate that I've seen, she is just goes around
Yeah,
the question every single time, right?
That's
I'm
true.
not like, oh my God,
I feel like it's a big
But what I-
politician thing.
Yeah, but what I do think is a microaggression that everyone calls her Kamala when it's clearly Kamala.
Kamala,
Like, there's
yeah.
a huge difference, but also like it's like, how are you gonna have so much shit to say against this person you can't even get her name right? Like,
Yeah,
I
like-
don't know. To me, that feels like okay,
Yeah, no, I
that's kind of weird. Like, why can't you pronounce her name right?
Yeah, I think the only one that I've seen do it intentionally is Donald Trump, who calls her Kamala.
Kamala? Oh, what? Yeah.
Because her name is Kamala.
Yeah, it's Kamala.
But Donald Trump,
says Kamala.
says
Bruh.
Kamala.
No, I mean, so many people do. So many people call her that. It's like,
I think it's just because you're mad. You're mad.
I guess.
I'm not even gonna learn her fucking name.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
or like you know her name, but you're
choose.
you're gonna do it on purpose.
Yeah.
But it's Kamala, right?
Yeah.
Kamala Harris.
Anyways, that's what
Yeah,
I
but
feel
like
is a
you're saying,
micro.
like microaggression. So I think the difference between like microaggression a lot of times is like based in that ignorance, where it's like it's one of those things where it's not big enough that people usually say something about it, but it does like add to you and eat at you, versus like covert racism. Racism usually comes from like you have some sort of privilege over people where you're causing oppression in some way that's like financial, political. Basically, when you have a platform where you can oppress somebody financially, not as much as like, oh, it hurts my feelings. The things that are like, oh, this personally affects me is more like microaggressions versus like what societally affects me. That would be like overt oppression or racism.
Yeah.
I mean, and they're both bad, right? They both affect people. It's just like on what's the scale that it affects somebody.
Yeah.
And I think microaggressions definitely feed into the oppression and the racism.
But you know what I don't like about like microaggressions and blah, 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 the very like internet culture. Here I go again. But like the very internet culture of just being like I'm microaggressed or this is this and blah, like shut the fuck up. And you know how they have those debates, like the college students versus like the very right wing.
Oh, there's a bunch with like Ben Shapiro
And the
where he
other
goes-
guy, Charlie. I don't know. He's like really.
Is that the guy where like she kind of gagged him? She sat there and he like smiled and she was like, ew.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, you don't like smiling? And
Oh
he's like,
my
I don't like
God.
yours.
Oh
And
yeah.
Even I was kind of like, oh, that's kind of mean.
But it was ugly. I'm not gonna.
Oh my God.
I don't know what video you're talking about. That's insane.
I'll send it to you.
Yeah,
But, I mean,
but
he
no,
might be an
basically
awful
they have
person.
like they do this thing where they get like a really like a right wing influencer who's like, oh, I'm into politics, blah blah, and they make them debate with a bunch of college kids, and they just kind of like throw stats at each other and throw no fact checking, just like, oh yeah, this, what about this? Oh yeah, I got.
It's like a debate.
It's
like
not a
presidential
debate. And the thing is, like,
versus-
even when the liberal kids win the debate, it just seems so stupid. Like, it's just they're not here to listen to each other. They're not here to like. They're just there to make a show of it. And it I feel like if anything, it trivializes the issues because it makes it seem like a show.
Oh, it's about like
who's better at
gonna
this
win.
talking point and who's better at that
Yeah.
talking point. Like,
That's how I kind of felt
I don't
about
like
the
those.
presidential debate too. And the one part where
that
they're
shit
like,
was ass.
where the the moderators were like, we just want to point out that they were not eating the dogs and not eating the cats. And then Trump was like, I thought fact checking wasn't allowed.
no,
that was Vance.
Oh,
and
Vance,
what I was gonna
yeah.
say, like the Donald Trump, the presidential one was a hot piece of ass. That was just. It was
A big
literally
waste of
so
time.
embarrassing.
I
Waste
feel
of
like
time.
neither of them were ever answering anything. It was
Yeah,
just
they
all,
just
Yeah.
went around every single
But
question. Like,
but I saw the vice president debate and I actually kind of liked it.
It was- yeah,
They
it was
were
more respectable.
They were very very respectable. And to me, it's like I don't know. I really like that even from like both candidates. But then I think Vance said something about like to the moderators because they gagged him a little bit and they
On
were like,
something he
"That's
said.
actually not true. This and this and that." He was like, "Well, I thought you guys said we weren't going to fact check."
he's like, hold on.
But I
I
feel
didn't know
like
that was a part of the rules.
it's almost insane. Like
That's an insane thing
like
to say.
why don't we take that more seriously? You know what I mean? Like, wait,
Yeah,
what
like,
do you?
sorry,
like,
I thought I was just going to be able to talk on my ass.
yeah, and it's like these are. Yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah, and I feel like even with the presidential one too, like afterwards I saw some things come out like, oh, we fact checked everything and it was like, okay, this Kamala said was not correct. This Trump said was not correct. And it's like, bro, somebody call people on this shit. 'Cause,
yeah,
like,
that's
Yeah, there has to be like somebody who is actually moderating other than the moderators.
have you seen the they put like not a collage. What's a video collage?
montage.
An edit.
An edit. They put an edit together of like all the like old debates from like Kennedy and before and just like how respectful they were and they're like
The one between Barack Obama and the other guy, it was so cool,
Bush?
so cordial.
Bush?
Was it Bush?
No, McCain.
McCain. Yeah.
Oh.
I really like that one.
Yeah, and so it's just like it's just been the past like 10 maybe more years where things have just been like so insane. Like it's been so
It might be because it's like the state of our minds. Like,
state of our mind-
like the state of like, you know, the internet culture and everything needs to be entertaining. And now like we just want instant
Yeah.
gratification for this, that, the other. I don't know. I think maybe that influences the way that we like accept the way.
media. We need to be stimulated. It
Yeah,
needs to
we
be
Yeah.
entertaining.
we accept that type of behavior because we kind of eat it up.
Yeah, it's kind of like everything needs to be like well, I'm not forgetting everything. What is it called? Like when you write the name of like a YouTube video and it's just like something bizarre.
Oh, like a thumbnail.
Clickbait.
Oh,
Clickbait.
Girl, this is just a game show now. Give me the next one.
Yeah, no, so it's like I feel like it all is like clickbait. Like you need somebody to say the most absurd thing. And that's why I feel like everything right now is so right and so left because nobody in the middle, anybody's going to give a fuck. Nobody's going to pay attention to that because it doesn't grab your attention. It doesn't make you overtly angry. And so I feel like that's the only way, like they're literally capitalizing off of their ability to like make us upset.
that's
Yeah,
true.
but I think too, like, you know, whether or not and my biggest frustration, I think, with politics and stuff like that and voting, especially we came from like a super, you know, conservative religion. And if for some reason that religion, and I maybe it's other religions too, but it's always taught to you, like, you don't get involved. Like, we're not supposed to get involved because the Lord's going to come and take us anyways. So what the hell do
This
I
shit
care?
don't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Bruh.
But people have been telling me that since I was like 11 and like, we're still here. and you know what I mean? Like something that frustrates me, and I won't name the person, but it frustrates me because they wouldn't like vote or that was their excuse. Like, it doesn't matter. Like you know, Jesus coming back and my vote doesn't matter. We shouldn't be getting involved.
Yeah, I think they also like use the biblical where it's like, give to Caesar what Caesar's, but it's like I don't even know what the biblical standpoint is, but it's like you'll bow before no other king, and they're like, the president is a king. I'm not voting for anything that's not Jesus, basically.
Yeah, but to me, it's one of those things that I genuinely like. I try to understand that mentality of like, my vote doesn't matter. I don't need to get involved. I still can't.
Yeah, no, I feel like it's like a cop out.
It's a cop out. You are so weak. You are so
Tell them right now.
like. I don't know. I've only, man, look, I could be like, doing better. I kind of only vote like during the presidential one. I don't
yeah,
really
feel
do
like
the
it
local ones.
Okay, am I stupid? Yes, but I feel like when you vote for the president, isn't it your senators that are voting?
Yeah. Well,
So like, does it actually matter?
the
who you're voting for?
presidential it depends. If you live in a swing state, it kind of matters.
Oh, but we don't.
But we don't. So like California is gonna
it doesn't matter.
vote for Kamala. Like,
And
it's
that's the issue. It's like even if I wanted to vote like third party or this and that, that's where I feel like my vote doesn't matter
yeah,
because it's
I'm
like,
throwing it away kind of.
and your vote does matter on the smaller scale governmental
And also
things
the
like vote for
props.
your mayor. I'm just kidding. Vote for your little stuff like that.
City council,
City
city
council,
council.
Yeah.
stuff like that's where the real change happens, and not the presidential debate. In the sense that, like, if you're in California, like they're already voting for you. It's not like we live in a direct democracy, so it does feel a little
I
hopeless.
feel like the props and stuff is what matters.
But I also think too, like, I don't know why having that mentality, it just doesn't sit right with me.
No, I don't know. When
For me personally, I just feel like my vote doesn't matter. If you keep telling yourself that, the more people that try to convince themselves of that.
I don't think
Or I
that,
feel
like
like
what
there's
Mandy
even-
said, like the props matter. But
Yeah,
like the
sure.
presidential candidate doesn't really matter because I already know that my state is gonna vote for a certain way.
I don't know. I just feel like but you should still vote. You should still go out and you should vote.
Like it's just
you can't sit in that comfort. I don't know because
I feel
anything
like
can change at any
kind
time.
of signals that like democracy doesn't really exist in the way that we designed it to, based on the system that we set up. Like, I feel like it is easy to become complacent, where it's like, oh, I don't have a fucking say, and in some ways we don't, right? Even like when we were talking about sustainability and how like corporations, like at the end of the day, like
Fuck Starbucks.
I can only do so much, right? I'm not in control of these corporations, right? I'm not in charge of what the senators say and what are the people vote for of my state, right? Those are things that I don't have say over, but I do have say over the smaller things, and which will eventually like trickle up, I guess is how it's supposed to be. But I can understand why people get really discouraged and like, yeah. But I think also if you don't vote, you can't be mad. You can't be mad for what comes about.
Yeah, you gotta vote for your local
stuff.
elections.
Are you guys gonna vote?
For the local stuff?
Well, I mean, I don't know.
Oh,
I
just
gotta-
in general, like vote.
I mean, yeah, November 5th. Are you gonna go out and vote?
Yeah, I have to.
Yeah,
start
I'm like, I get so
researching.
How does
interested
that
in, like,
work with like corporate America jobs? Because there's like time on my calendar that says like paid voting time.
Yes,
But I think I'm
you're
gonna be
supposed
out
to.
of the state, and I kind of want to use it anyway.
Say I'm
You
voting.
should, yeah.
But I don't know how. Am I like giving myself away?
No, you definitely should. I think you're legally supposed to have that time because it's like
You
your
can,
right.
yeah, but you
your
know how,
right as a citizen to vote.
That'd be nice.
Girl. What just overcame you there?
It was the spirit of
The eagle.
Of the founding fathers?
yeah.
That was Abe.
No, but you know how
That was
like,
honest Abe.
like should let's talk about that. Should they get rid of that kind of option? Because doesn't everybody just vote by mail now?
What the fuck? What? Why would that be a?
I'm just looking for like you don't even have a fucking job, bitch.
But when I
unemployed.
did, I saw that option.
On the same topic of like politics, I want to know like, did you guys ever run for like
President of the United
presidency?
States. Yeah.
No, or like in high school.
Fun fact.
I was prom queen. Does that
Bitch.
count?
I was also proud.
Is that voted prom queen?
Yes.
Yeah.
They voted you prom queen?
Shut up. Count your calories. I never good. What is that song?
I never looked
Why do you
good
keep
in
bringing
mom
up-
jeans.
Wish I was like. Oh damn.
Well, I didn't have prom.
It's called Prom Queen. It's a song.
Yeah, but I didn't have prom.
by Katie Turner.
I don't. You know what?
Katy
let's-
Perry. Yeah,
So
I
you
didn't-
did prom. You guys both won prom queen.
Well, I didn't have prom. They were just banquets. But yeah, I went twice.
Okay, banquet queen.
What was your experience like? But I feel like it's
No, okay, that's not the same. Not the same.
It's not the
but
same
I
'cause
did-
you don't
I-
like-
I
you don't
ran
like-
for office too.
Yeah, there's no like debates. There's no like you don't.
Yeah, I'll
What
be
is
like,
it called?
Fuck that bitch.
You don't like
Prom queen debates like she doesn't even fucking know how to curl her hair. I'm talking about myself.
Fucking whore.
like you don't go endorse yourself for
No,
prom queen.
no.
right?
You just like look pretty and hope someone cares.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I didn't do that either. My friend told me, he's like, hey, if you win prom queen, it's gonna be because it's a joke. And I was like, okay.
No fucking way.
They said that to you?
They did.
I'm gonna go kill them.
No, it's all right. Like I got it. I understood. I was like, I get it in the sense that like
No. Let's. What did that do for you though? Because you obviously still remember that.
That I won prom queen?
Like, you know exactly where you were when he told you that.
It's expected. I think people have always kind of treated me like that. Not to make it sad. People have always treated me like a joke, and it's because I make myself a joke. So I think when he said that, he meant it in a joke. Like, genuinely, I don't think he meant to like be like, you're so like this and that. No one's gonna vote for you. It's a joke. He didn't mean it like Carrie status.
There was no malice.
No, it wasn't malice. It was more just kind of like, haha, Barbie, you're such a silly, funny girly. People are gonna like, yeah, let's vote for Barbie. Like, not like, you know, like more of a lighthearted joke than a putting down kind of joke. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That's my take.
I'm still gonna kill him.
Nah, it's all right.
Who is he? Where is he now?
Drop his address.
He lives in Bellflower.
Do you still know where he is?
Yeah.
Did you should keep up with him?
No.
You think he listens to the podcast?
No.
Just know that you said that, and look where we are.
We're so much better. But yes, office. I did run for office.
Did you win?
Well, I ran for Senate one of my early years in high school because I heard they didn't do anything. I'm like,
What is
fuck
Senate?
yeah.
Is that like a student
Bro,
association?
I just literally went to a meeting twice a year to plan the banquet.
I ran for Senate in college. I forgot
You
what.
did?
Yeah, and I like won.
You did have to go to the meeting.
I had to go to the meetings. I did like a little like video like vote for me because blah blah. I don't remember what the fuck I said. And guess what? Every time I was at the meeting, I was bored as hell. Like
Yeah, no,
I
Senate
was
was
on my
so
phone. I was
boring.
like, ugh.
But what
I
do you-
stopped going.
What do you do in those meetings? You just like help decide?
Bro, I don't even fucking know.
It was
I
like
just showed up.
in college, it'd be like, oh, should we use this much of our budget to buy a pizza oven for the
Oh
Cafeteria.
yeah, it was like budget stuff.
stuff? Yeah, it's like, oh, should
Like-
we install new bike racks?
Yeah, I
Yes
was
or
like,
no?
should we do this or should we do that?
Why did you run in the first place? I feel like you don't give me very like political
For
vibes.
shits and gigs, bro. For political power.
And you won.
Yeah, but like, I don't even know what I was doing there. Like, I definitely tuned out like most of the time.
So what was like the most important thing that we got
both
because of
got.
you?
The pizza oven.
We got a pizza oven in the caf?
Not in the cafeteria, but like you could rent it out when you go camping.
She
Who
was
in the bumfuck would have said yes to that?
Me, bitch.
this bitch.
I was like, hey,
She
why
said,
not?
why not have a pizza oven when you can?
Did you ever use it? Rent it out?
No, I never went
you
camping
didn't.
like that.
That's
Right.
crazy.
But I know there's a lot of granola people who would have appreciated it.
I feel like every single kid should have gotten a
Hey,
hydro flask.
to be
She
a
got the
leader.
granola vote.
To be a leader, you have to empathize with people who are not just like you. So I care about the granola people who want pizza ovens when they go camping.
I want to know where that pizza oven is right now.
Well, my junior year, I ran for religious vice because I was a Christian and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna eat this up. And then,
What the fuck is a religious vice president?
bro, basically you just like pray during the meetings. You pray during the meetings.
Damn, what
Who's
a
the president, God?
What a title though. Yeah, I'm religious vice.
Yeah. No, you pray during the
Miami
meetings,
Vice.
and then I think during like our senior trip, you had to do like worship, and I was like, okay, period, I can do that. And then so I ran, and then the day of the election, I was like, oh, I wonder who I'm up against. My ex-boyfriend. I was like, there's no fucking way. And we both like Spider-Man meme. They're like, we both had no idea, and
You guys were made for each other.
we were like, fuck, because we had just broken up, and I was
Yeah.
like, this is the worst.
Who won?
So
He
that's the tea.
won.
All my friends, fake ass bitches, I know
wow.
who you are. I know where you live. Voted for him.
What?
Did they
all
tell you he
Like,
voted
they
for
thought
him?
he was more godlike.
No.
Honestly, it's probably because he's a
no.
man.
It's because they all liked him and hated me, and we're happy we
Whores.
broke up.
Sluts.
Even worse, after I
Skanks.
lost. So first he breaks up with me. Then he steals my religious vice. Then we go to the senior trip. They asked me to lead worship.
What did he
Because
do?
this bitch couldn't do anything.
Wow.
So, but then because he was religious vice, they made me lead worship with him. I was like, ain't no fucking way I'm doing this bitch's job.
Did you?
I did. Because I was
Push
because I was
over.
push over
alert.
because I was trying to get him back.
I wanna get him back.
I love that you have a song for everything.
Are you saying that sarcastically?
No,
Just like how my
actually,
friend said
gonna
I
say-
would win prom.
No,
queen?
I was gonna say it sarcastically, but then I thought to myself, like, think about what you say. You know how we just talked about.
After last episode when he had to apologize for a bunch of shit.
I think it was. I ran for like the same office in middle school.
Wait, what do you mean? same
religious
office?
vice.
No, I ran. It was like student pastor,
Oh yeah.
and I
Why?
ran. I don't know. I think I just wanted to like be involved. Or
He just
something.
wanted people to hear him.
Like I knew I wouldn't get president.
He knew he was gonna yap.
Yeah, no. Honestly, I was self-aware enough where I was like, I don't think I'm that cool to get president. I don't want to do the work to be president. I just want to be like, I want my name on like a billboard. So I don't know. I just want to, or not a billboard, but like
He wanted
like,
his name in lights, so he ran his class past.
No, you know, like you pass the hall and there's like bulletin boards. Like I wanted to see Michael on there. You know what I mean? Like
So good.
I did it for little Michael. And but when I ran,
little Mikey,
Mike Wazowski. I remember making like these poster boards because you were like campaigning, and I'd go to class, and my shtick was vote for me because I'm holy.
Wow. That is everything wrong
And I
with
bet you
the
won
modern
too.
church.
So then my middle school teacher, he pulls me like aside because I'm like, hey, dude, I am talk about Kamala campaigning. I was classroom to classroom. I bought candy, and I was like, vote for me because I'm holy, like with a peace sign.
That's crazy.
so funny.
And my teacher pulls me into the classroom, and he's like, we really have to talk about like your
campaign slogan.
Yeah, your slogan. And I was like, what's up? Like, say
You
more.
don't agree?
Like, you don't agree? Like, what do you mean? Like, it's funny. It's cool. And he literally said
Your
like,
heart's not in the right place.
no, literally, he was like, now, can you not understand how this looks very prideful that you would want to, you know, relay this message that you're holy, that you deserve the vote and stuff like that. And I think I was kind of like, bitch, shut the fuck up, bro. Like, I'm just trying to get my
I'm just trying to
name.
get my name on the bulletin board.
Like, I'm literally.
What do you mean I'm not doing it for the right reason?
Like, it's 7th grade, bro. Like, I just want to be involved. I just want to have fun. I was trying to make friends. And so he was like, I don't agree with this. He was like, if I was a student here, I would not vote for you. And I was like, bitch, I'm going to win anyway.
and
And then so I didn't know that there was like a debate. And like. And. Or not a debate, but like, you know, you talk
Your speech,
Your
yeah.
speech.
Your
and
spiel.
it was great. I had a friend, she was running for president. I think she won. Or maybe she didn't. But she like she went up there with like a paper, and then she did like the really cool, like crumpled it up and like threw it. And she and, like gave like a really good speech, actually. I don't know if she memorized it. But then I went up there and I saw my opponent, this super sweet girl. She really was kind of like to herself. She wasn't very social. A lot of people may have thought she was like kind of awkward. And she went,
you have another apology.
actually, you know what? I should really apologize to her. And she went up there with a whole speech, and she was just like, by the grace of God, I just feel like I've been called into this position. And I'm very blessed and honored to be, you know, considered as this candidate. And
You went up and said, I'm holy, bitches, vote for me.
and then she ended it with, and I hope that the student body doesn't treat this as a popularity contest against the other candidates.
And that's exactly what
Wait
they
a second.
did.
That was kind of snakish on her part, though. She knew what she was doing.
Maybe. And then I went out there and I was like, guys, dead ass, I don't got a speech. Like, let's rock the vote and let's get to lunch. I won. I won.
You know what? You were the bitches
crazy.
that I hated in high school. My senior year.
That's so funny.
End of my junior year, going into my senior year. The year that I lost the election.
Wow.
This guy, who was literally known as the school drug dealer, ran for president. And like my friend, who was valedictorian, was president freshman, sophomore, and junior year. And we're all like, obvious, she's going to be president senior year. She wanted it for her scholarship. She deserved it. She led the class great. This guy turned around, pulled one of you. He said, I guess beforehand he had been telling all of his friends, guys, I'm not coming here next year, but I want you all to vote for me so I win right before I leave.
That's so good.
He fucking won the vote, the fucking drug lord of the school. And then, bitch never even showed up. Never told anyone he wasn't coming back.
That's so
So
funny.
then my friend ended up being the president.
Because they go to
Wow.
like the second.
Yeah, and then so he left the school. I see him on the news. I see him on the news being
Did
like,
he die?
No,
Oh.
no.
I don't know. You never know what kind of trouble they get in.
No, he was just like, he was getting all this glory from his school, from all the things he had done at his school and all the promotions he put on. I was like, he is leading my class astray. He's led everyone into drugs.
Wait, news for what?
I don't know. from his school. He was putting on some like program
Oh,
at his
bitch! I
school.
thought he was on like KCAL 9 News. Like,
Yeah, I thought you were saying like,
stealing drugs.
No, he was just getting more praise and more praise.
That's yeah, she should.
period. Love that for him.
I honestly never really understood the idea of like these elections. It's always a popularity contest. If you think that you're really gonna like
And that's why I lost.
yeah, it's a popularity contest, 100%. Honestly, I think the same thing about the presidential debate.
Yeah, that's true.
Still voting for Kamala though.
Did you want to drop the mic at that moment where you you thought you ate with that?
He ate.
It's all a popularity contest.
Yeah.
But I think as we wrap this up, I have one more bit.
Oh God.
We're running for president, each of us.
Okay.
What is your main proposition that you're like, this is my selling point?
My friend. Okay. All right, Barbie, you start.
What the fuck? Why?
Because I started last time when we had the rap.
Well, Miguel,
battle.
you start since
And
you're the
was
one who
me.
I posed the
proposed.
question.
Exactly.
I think I would allow.
You have to say it though. Like,
Oh, okay. Oh, maybe we should just like pitch ourselves.
Oh yeah, pitch. Zoom in.
Members of the Lord Fire Squad podcast, I stand before you here today to really just be. I'm very blessed to be here.
Let this not be a popularity.
There's something that I think is very polarizing in our society these days, and it's time that we really cut it. And I'm proposing to you that if I get to be the president of Panem, the president of the United States, I would ban gas prices.
Gas.
Just in its totality. Just no more gas. As a matter of fact, no gas, no cars. One less thing to deal with. Traffic on the 405 gone. Thank you.
it's kind of good. I'm not gonna lie.
All right.
He's got my vote.
Mike, my competitor, Barbie.
Thank you, Mr. Flores. My opponent here thinks that it's important to erase all gas prices. What is that going to do for our economy?
That's a really good Kamala impression.
Thank you.
What the fuck?
So good.
I don't know. For me, though, if y'all want to vote for me,
What is with this code switching?
I'm code switching. For all the viewers out there, as president, I will.
I heard ass president. Ass president. Sorry,
She's got-
sorry.
I'm speaking.
Yeah,
She's got
yeah.
my
I'm
vote.
speaking. I'm speaking. As your future president, I will require that all the money that we put towards the military goes to musical theater instead. Every child
Okay.
should spend 2 to 3 years in musical theater so they know what it feels like to be humiliated
It's very character building.
and to be stronger. Because musical theater kids who don't get lead roles are braver than any U.S. Marine. I'm Barbara. Vote for me.
A vote for me is a vote for.
For children in America everywhere. Thank you.
I love that. Where did you get that idea?
My pussy. I don't know. I made it up.
Okay.
Yay.
Mandy, your competitor.
I'd like to take this moment to formally thank my opponents for, the bright ideas that they bring. I just think we have such deeper, crushing matters. And so when I become president, I would like to legalize the ability and the right to beat someone up who has wronged you. I just think bitches have it coming. And I think I think you should get 3 chances a year to beat a bitch up. And I think that would really, we wouldn't need the military anymore. And we wouldn't need musical theater. Gas, you don't need it anymore if you're able to beat a bitch up. Once again, I am Amanda and I endorse this message. Thank you.
So you're like, you would be big on the purge.
The Purge, yes. But you know what? But here's the issue, though. It's about balance. And people really need to respect the 3 times a year rule. So be particular. Save that shit up.
If you don't use all 3 beatdowns, does it roll over to the next year?
They do roll over to the next year. So keep in mind.
Okay, I'm switching.
What if we run as a throuple?
Oh my God, that's the best.
I think the policy is to be.
Do you think that could ever happen? You know how like on The Voice they go like duos?
Duos, yeah.
Do you think like president?
Isn't that what vice and regular president are? President and vice president? They're kind of like duos.
Damn, true.
But what if
Can't eat that.
what if we all become president, first lady, second man? all
Wait, so that you guys are like my husband and wife?
Yes.
Midwives. We didn't even get to talk about the assassination.
Whose assassination?
Of this pussy. No. Very quickly, we're done.
We're done. Thank you so much for listening to this shitty ass episode.
Wait, but really quick. Yes or no? Do you think the assassination attempt on Donald Trump was fake?
Yes.
All right, thank you so much for listening. That is our episode. No further questions.
I am Barbie. You can find me at Created by Barbie.
I am Miguel. You can find me on Instagram at Miguel X Antonio.
And I'm Mandy. You can find me at Manda Harrison. Get
Go
your
out
ass
and
out
vote.
and vote.
Go to the polls, bitch. The Lord Fire Squad podcast is hosted by Amanda Harrison, Miguel Antonio, and Barbie Chavez. Listen wherever podcasts are available. Our producer is Richard Cunningham. Our artwork and photography is by Axel Rivera. Special thanks to Lorena La Torre, Jared Jameson, Georgia and Lucas Marcondes for our theme song. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Lord Fire Squad Pod. Got a question or a story? Email us at thelordfiresquadpodcast@gmail.com.